Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961, July 1st, New York Yankees baseball. We got the Washington Senators traveling to New York to take on the Yankees. And the starting lineup for the Washington Senators, leading off playing third base is Danny O'Connell. Batting second, playing shortstop, Billy Gloss. Batting third, playing right field, Gene Woodland. Batting fourth, doing the catching is Gene Green. Batting fifth is Willie Tasby. Batting sixth, playing first base is Dale Long. Batting seventh, playing left field is Marty Kehoe. Batting eighth, playing second base is Chuck Coter. And batting ninth, doing the pitching is Pete Burnside. General Burnside's grandson. And for the New York Yankees, leading off playing second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop, Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field, Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting seventh, playing left field is Bob Serve. Batting eighth, playing third base is Billy Gardner. And on the mound, doing the pitching, batting ninth is Bud Daly. Let's get down to the field, folks, and get this game started at Yankee Stadium. And here's the pitch to O'Connell. And that's a fly ball in that left field. Bob Serves out there patrolling the day. He makes the catch for the first out. Brings up Billy Klaus. And that ball is hit in the center field. Mickey Mantle's on his horse and makes the catch for out number two. 2 up, 2 down here in the first. Brings up Gene Woodland. And that ball is hit down the first. Skowron's got it. Calls off Bud. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the first. There's nothing. Yankees do up with Richardson, Kubek, and Maris. And he gets a home Burnside into left field. Bobby's aboard with a single. And on the first pitch, he's going to take off for second. And here's the throw down the second. And Bobby safe with a stolen base with 1 strike on Kubek. Tony's up now with Bobby in scoring position. 0-1 count. That's a fly ball in the right field. That's going to be deep enough to get Bobby over to third with 1 out. The M&M boys to drive him in. The Senators will play back here early in the game. Trying to get it out here, not to give up a big inning. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that ball is hit in the right field, and that should be deep enough to get Bobby in, and it is. Sacrifice fly. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead here, folks, in the bottom of the first. That brings up the Mick now. Base is empty, but the Yanks up 1-0. 2 outs here. And that ball is hit down the second. Coter's got it. Fires over to Long. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees score 1 on the sacrifice fly by Maris. We go to the top of the second, 1-0. We got Green, Tasby, and Long due up here for the Senators. And that is going to be ball 1. 1-0 count here. And he takes advantage of it, folks. Drives that ball down the right field line. And Green's going to be on with a leadoff double. So you got Gene Green down at second, nobody out for Will Tasby. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. That's a big strikeout by Bud Daly. Hey, Legends. You going to do a game today, Bud? Missed the game last night. Unfortunately, was looking forward to it. I guess you had to work or something. Life gets in the way sometimes. Here's Dale Long now with one out and Green down at second. And that ball is popped up behind home plate. No, I'm sorry, that ball's popped in near the dugout near third. And Gardner's going to make the play for the second out. Not a problem, man. I understand. Like I say, guys, check out Legend Sports Universe. Great channel doing all-star baseball. He's in the American League Championship. The National League's already decided. Now we're trying to find out who's going to win the American League Championship and go on to the World Series. And that brings up Marty Keogh with 2 outs and Green down at second. And that ball is hit in the center field. Mix got it. So the Senators waste a leadoff double. Yanks get out of it. Still holding on to a 1-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the second, we got Scourin, Howard, and Serve due up. I bet. Yeah. Oh, cool. Sounds good. Looking forward to it, man. Here's the pitch to Scourin. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Moose is aboard with a leadoff single. See if the Yankees can add to this 1-0 lead here, folks. Here's Elston Howard now. Howard's hitting .299 on the year. And he cracks that ball in the right field. Scourin will stop down at second with nobody out. So we got first and second now for Bob Serve. You got Moose and Howard on base. Not very much speed. And same thing with Serve. See what happens here. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And that's going to load the bases up, folks. And Burnside's getting beat around here in the second. Sure. Bases loaded now for Billy Gardner here. And again, they're going to play back. They got a lot of slow runners on the bases. See if they can double up here. And that ball is hit in the right field. I don't know if that's going to be deep enough to get Moose in with his speed. And it is deep enough. And Howard's going to come in to score also. Go to third. So another sacrifice fly, folks. We got first and third now with 1 out. Good job by Gardner. And that brings up Bud Daly. And with a runner already in scoring position, again, Senators are playing back for the double play. We're going to let Daly hit away, folks. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. So 2 outs now for Bobby Richardson with Howard down at third, Serve down at first. Bobby is 1 for 1 with a single his first time up and a stolen base and scored. And he gets a base hit, folks, in the right field. And that'll score Howard. Bob Serves on his horse, trying to make it down the third. And here's the throw, folks. And let's see what happens here. Woodland's up with it, fires down the third, and they get him for the final out. But the Yankees do score 2 and take a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the third. Coder's up, followed by Burnside and O'Connell. See if they can do anything against Bud here in the top of the third. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Maris has got it. One down. Brings up Burnside. See if Pete can help his own calls out here. No, that ball's hit down the Quebec. He fires over to first for the second out. That'll bring up Danny O'Connell here. Danny's 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up. He's hitting 253 on the year, folks. And that ball is hit down the Quebec. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Senators. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees up 3-0. We got Quebec. Maris and Mantle due up here in the bottom of the third. Tony's 0 for 1. Flew out to right his first time up. And he gets a base hit in the right field this time, folks. And they're out to talk to Burnside. They're going to start the bullpen up already, folks. It brings up Roger with Tony down at first. Roger, he had a sacrifice fly his first time up with an RBI. And that ball is going to be popped up on the infield. And who's calling for it? And Billy Gloss is calling for it. That'll be the first out here in the third. That brings up Mickey Mantle with Tony down at first. Mick's 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. And that ball is hit down the first. And Long's taking his time, but he's going to toss it over to Burnside covering, and that's going to let Quebec end up down at third, folks. Nice piece of base running by Tony, and he gets down the third on that out. So we got Scouring up now with Quebec down at third. And that ball is hit down the short. And he'll fire over to first to end the inning. So the Yankees leave one. We go to the top of the fourth. It's still 3-0 Yanks. We got Kloss, Woodling, and Green due up. So Billy and then the two Jeans. And that ball is hit down to second. Easy play for Bobby. That's one out here in the fourth. That brings up the first Gene Woodland. And that ball is hit down the first. Moose has got it, calls Bud off, takes it himself for the second out. Here's Gene, the dancing machine, Mr. Green. And that ball is hit in the center field. Mick had him played for perfect, folks. And 1, 2, 3, go the Senators. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We got Howard, Serve, and Gardner due up here. See if the bottom part of this lineup can do some damage against Burnside. Howard's 1 for 1 and scored. He hits that ball in the center field. Tasby back near the monuments makes the catch. One out. Brings up Bob Serve now. Bob's 1 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field, just out of the reach of Billy Gloss. So Bob's aboard for Billy Gardner. Billy had a sacrifice fly his first time up, got an RBI. See what he can do this time, folks. And that ball is popped up on the infield. And Billy Gloss is going to get Billy Gardner out for the second out here. That brings up Bud Daly. Can he help his own cause here, folks? Bud's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. He's not going to strike out this time, though, folks, because he's going to beat out an infield hit. Daly's showing some athleticism here. So we got first and second now. 2 outs for Bobby Richardson. See if Bobby can drive him in. He's 2 for 2 today, folks. with an RBI and a stolen base. See if he can keep this up. And he does, folks. He hits that ball into the ground. It's a high chopper, one of them Baltimore choppers. And that's going to load the bases up, folks. Got the bases jammed for Tony Kubek with 2 outs. They're nickel and diming Pete to death here today. Tony's 1 for 2. He's flown out and singled in the third. And he's going to fly out the left field. Marty's got it. And the Yankees leave the bases loaded, folks. He gets out of that mess. But it's 3-0 Yanks as we go to the 5th. We'll have Tasby, Long, and Kehoe due up here. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. Gardner calls for it, makes the catch, 1 out. Here comes Dale Long up now. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to third his first time up. And guess what, folks? He likes doing that because Gardner is underneath of that one and catches this one. So 2 quick outs, both of them pop-ups to Gardner. Brings up Marty. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the Mick his first time up. And he's going to get a base hit, folks, in the left field. Marty's down there at first with 2 outs. And he's going to take off for second on the first pitch. And it's called a strike. And the throw down the second. And Marty's in there with a stolen base. Gets in the scoring position for Chuck with 2 outs. And a 0-1 count now. And that's a swing and a miss. Daley gets him to strike out. And they leave Marty down at second, folks. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Washington Senators, 0. New York Yankees, 3. We got the M&M boys due up, followed by Scouring here in the 5th. Here's Roger. Roger's 0 for 1, hitting .248 on the year, folks. Leading the American League with 30 home runs and 58 RBIs. And he pops this one up in foul territory. Green throws off the mask right up the chute. That wouldn't have been a home run in a phone booth, folks. So Mick's up now. Mick's 0 for 2. He's hitting .299 on the year. I'd like to get that batting average over 300. And that's a base hit in the left field. Mick's aboard with 1 out for the Moose. Here's Scouring. He's 1 for 2 and scored. He's hitting .289 on the year with 24 home runs and 75 RBIs. And that ball is hit in the center field. Tasby takes a few steps to his right, makes the catch. 2 outs. So it'll take a 2-out base hit here by Howard. Keep this inning alive. And Howard's 1 for 2 and scored. He's hitting .302 on the year, folks. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is back. That ball is deep, deep, deep to left, right field. And that's a Garner home run. Elston Howard. And the Yankees take a 5-0 lead, folks. Bob serves up now with nobody on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to serve. And that is a swing and a miss. Burnside bounces back. But the Yankees scored 2 on the Howard home run and lead this game 5-0. And that's going to be it for Burnside. He's due to lead off this inning. So they'll have a pitch hitter for Burnside. Then it'll be O'Connell and Kloss due up. See who they'll bring in here to pitch hit. I think they're going to bring Vail in to pitch hit here. There's Vail. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Vail, leading off the top of the sixth. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice job of hitting by Vail. Pitch hit single. You get the lead runner aboard here off of Bud. That'll bring up O'Connell. And he's 0 for 2 today, hitting .252 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball, I believe, down the third. Yep, Gardner's up with it. Fires over the first, but Vail will end up down at second with one out. And here's Billy Kloss. Billy's 0 for 2, hitting .211 on the year, folks. And he squares this one up against Bud. And that ball is right on around out there in deep center field. Mick in between the monuments. And Kloss is rounding second, headed to third. He slides in there underneath the tag, folks, with a triple. And out to score Vail. And Billy's down at third with one out now. So Yankees will play back with a 4-run lead here. Here's the pitch to Gene Woodland. He's 0 for 2, hitting .233 on the year. And that ball is hit back to, I think, down the first. Don't hold me to it. No, it's hit back to the mound. He looks the runner back at third. Throws over to first. And that's a big second out here. That brings up the other Gene Green. The Green Machine's 1 for 2 with a double, hitting .247 on the year. And that ball is deep in the right field, off the wall, folks. Green standing down at second with a double, and that makes it a 5-2 game. Green down at second with Will Tasby up. And all of a sudden, Bud's having a little problem here in the sixth. This might be his last inning. Will Tasby's due up against him now. Daley's due to bat second in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch to Tasby. And that ball is hit into deep center field. Mick back there between the darn monuments. He makes the catch this time, folks, and that'll end the inning. But the Senators score 2 and turn this into a ball game again, folks. It's 5-2. That'll bring up Gardner, Daley, and Richardson. Like I say, probably a pitch hitter here for Bud. Now the Senators got to decide who they're going to bring in. You got a righty, a pitch hitter, and another righty. So, see what they're going to do here. Looks like they're going to bring in Marty here to pitch. Like I say, he'll be facing Gardner, then probably a pitch hitter, and then the top of the order. Here's the pitch to Billy. And that's going to be a pop-up the third. That's one out here in the sixth. We'll have a pitch hitter for Bud. He pitched 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. See who the pitch hitter is going to be here. We're going to bring out Oral Torreson here, the pitch hit. Bring out the lefty. And here's the pitch to Earl. And that ball is hit down the short. Billy's got it. He'll fire over to long for the second out here in the sixth. And now we're back to the top of the order and Bobby Richardson. See if he can keep this inning going. Bobby's a perfect 3 for 3 today with an RBI scored and a stolen base. And that's another hit. Bobby Richardson, 4 for 4, folks. Gets on again. That'll bring up Tony Quebec now. See what Tony can do here. Can he keep this inning alive for the M&M boys? Tony's 1 for 3, flown out, singled and flown out. And that ball is hit down the short. Sorry, hit down the second. Chuck's up with it. He'll go the short way, the gloss, and that'll end the inning. The Yankees leave 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 5-2. See who the Yankees are going to bring in here to pitch. Probably going to be Tex or Ruffin. See, they got Long, a lefty, Q. And so they got 2 lefties due up. Of course, the only lefty in the Yankees bullpen is Luis, and we're not bringing him in. So, like I say, I think they'll probably go with Tex. Yeah. Tex or Ruffin. I think they'll go with Tex here. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Long. Long's 0 for 2, hitting 239 on the year. And that's a fly ball in the center field. Mick's got it for the first out here in the 7th. 1 down. Brings up Marty. Marty's 1 for 2 with a stolen base today. And he squares this up against Tex. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. Mick goes over and gets it, fires it in. But Marty's standing down there at second with a double. Here comes Chuck. See what Coulter can do here. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that ball is hit to short. Quebec's going to fire over to first. Marty's going to make his way down the third with 2 outs now. And we'll have a pitch hitter here. Let's see who's going to come in to pitch hit. And I think King's going to come in here to pitch hit. They're bringing in the King. There's Jim King. Here's the pitch to King. 2 outs and Marty down at third. And that's a fly ball in the left field. Bob served near the line. He'll make the catch. And the Yankees get out of the inning with nobody scoring. We go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. Let's see who they're going to bring in here to pitch. We got Maris, Mantle, and Scourin. So you got left, right, right. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen anyway. So let's see who we're going to go with. And it looks like Johnny's coming in the pitch. Johnny Gillespie is going to come in here and pitch. Face the heart of the lineup for the Yanks. Try to keep this a 3-run game. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, Maris, Mano, and Scowen due up. And that's a fly ball in the right field by Roger. And Roger's out of there for the first out here in the 7th. Brings up the Mick. See if he can get going here. No, he hits that ball down to Danny at third. He plants and fires and gets the Mick. Quick 2 outs here. That brings up the Moose. Moose is 1 for 3 scored. And that's a quick inning. That ball is hit down the short. 1, 2, 3, go the Yanks. Nice piece of pitching by Johnny. You go to the top of the 8th. We got the top of the order due up here for the Senators. O'Connell, Klaus, and Woodland. And here's the pitch to Danny. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Danny's aboard now with a base hit. That'll bring up Billy Klaus. Here's the pitch to Billy. And there goes Danny. He's taking off for second. And he's going to make it. It was called a strike. So 0-1. But Danny's standing down at second with nobody out for Billy. Yankees go out and talk to Tex. They're going to get some bullpen action up. They got Luis up in the bullpen here. Here's the pitch to Billy. And that's a fly ball in the left field. I don't think that's going to be deep enough to get the runner over. Nope, O'Connell will stay put. Serve throws the ball in, 1 out. Here's Gene Woodland up now. Gene's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the first 2 times and back to the pitcher. And that's going to be ball 4. Gene takes his base, and Texas trying to get himself into a heck of a situation here, folks. That brings up Gene Green, first and second, with 1 out. Gene doesn't have much speed. He's a catcher. See if they can get the double play and get out of this mess. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice piece of pitching by Tex. That's 2 outs now for Tasby. He's 1 out away from nobody scoring here in the 8th. And that's a ground ball down the 3rd. He'll go the short way over to Bobby covering. And the Yankees get out of the mess with 2 runners stranded. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 5-2 Yanks. We got Howard, Serve, and Gardner due up here in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Howard. He's 2 for 3 today, folks. He's homered, drove in 2 and scored. And that's a fly ball in the left field. Marty near the line, near the wall, makes the catch, a 1 out. Senators take a nice deep breath. Brings up Bob Serve. He's having a heck of a game. He's 2 for 3, folks. And make that 3 for 4, as that's a base hit in the left field. Bob gets aboard here. Brings up Billy Gardner. So here's Gardner now with a runner down at first and 1 out. And he gets a hold of this one, folks, off of Johnny. And he drives that ball in the right field. Serve will stop down at second. So we got first and second up. Tex will be pitched hit for here. And we're going to bring on Johnny Blanchard here to pitch hit. Try to open this game up. They score a bunch of runs here, Luis can set down. And we'll probably go with Ruffin to finish this game out. Here's Johnny. Johnny facing Johnny. He's going to win. Is it going to be Blanchard? And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Johnny goes down swinging. That's 2 outs now, folks. That brings up the red hot Bobby Richardson, folks. He is 4 for 4 on the day. Can he keep this perfect game up? Here's the pitch to Bobby. And yes, he can, folks. He beats out an infield hit to load the bases. Nice job, Bobby Richardson. 5 for 5 today. Here comes Tony Q back. Bases juiced. All the ducks are on the pond just waiting to come home. Can Tony do it? He's 1 for 4. Yes, he can, folks. Yes, he can. And that'll score 2. And Bobby will head down the third. And I just bust this game wide open, folks. We got first and third and 2 outs. And it is now a 7-2 ball game. Luis sets down. Ruffin keeps pitching. And the bullpen to stay warm. And that brings up Roger. Roger's got a goose egg. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. And that's a single in the center. And that'll score Bobby. And Tony's going to end up down at third. And the Yankees just keep the hit parade going here. As Roger gets off a nice single. That brings up the Mick. Mick's 1 for 4. He scored once. And now it's an 8-2 game, and they're leaving Johnny in. They're not trying to waste the bullpen on this game anymore. And that ball is back. That ball is gone, folks. Home run, Mickey Mantle over the left field fence. Sure. And this game has gotten out of hand quick in the 8th inning, folks. It's 11-2. Sure. Crowd's going crazy here as the M&M boys come through here in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Moose. And he pops it up. Too little, too late for the Senators. Green's got it. And the Yankees score 6 in the bottom of the 8th, folks. The big 3-run homer by Mick. And Ruffin's going to come in now instead of Luis to try to finish this game out for the Yanks. Here's Hal. He'll be facing Long, Kehoe, and Coder. Let's see what he can do here against Dale Long. And that's a fly ball in the right field. That'll be the first out here in the 9th. And here's Marty. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick camps under it for out number 2. Senators are down to the last out here. Can Chuck keep the game going? No, he can't. That's a ground ball down the third. Billy's up with it. Fires over the first. And that's your ball game, folks. The Yankees in the 8th inning put this game out of reach, 11-2. Let's take a look at the box score here. And the Senators 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Yankees 11 runs on 18 hits and no errors. Green, he had a good game. He was 2 for 4. You had Gloss with that triple and an RBI. And for the Yankees, I think everybody got a hit. Even Bud Daly got a hit. And of course, Bobby Richardson, 5 for 5 with an RBI. Quebec, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Maris, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And Mick, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs and that home run. And then Howard, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Yankees just poured it on. They only left 6 men on. Pete Burnside had 5 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs, struck out 2, gave up a home run. Kuda came in, pitched 1 inning, decent ball, gave up 1 hit, and then Klefspen come in, 2 innings, got lit up, 6 hits, 6 runs, 1 strikeout, and 1 big home run by Mick. Daly pitched a fine game, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, struck out 2. Tex came in for 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 1. And Ruffin came in and shut the door in the ninth. Let's do some fast play here. In the American League, we got the Detroit Tigers in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. And the Orioles win a close one. The Tigers 1 run on 4 hits and an error. And the Orioles 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. We got the Cleveland Indians traveling to Boston to take on the Red Sox. And let's see what the star is here. Grant of the Indians strikes out 12 batters. And Mudcat had a great game there. Gave up 6 hits, a run and an error in 9 innings pitched, and the Indians score 4 on 9 hits and an error. So Mudcat gets the win, strikes out 12 of the Red Sox. You got the Minnesota Twins taking on the Kansas City Athletics here in KC. And the Twins win a close one. 3 runs on 6 hits and an error. A's 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. And the last game in the American League is the White Sox traveling out to California to take on the Angels. And the Angels win big. The White Sox 2 runs on 6 hits and an error. The Angels 9 runs on 11 hits and an error. Take a look at the standings here after the 2nd of July. And the Yankees are now 4 games up on the Tigers. 7.5 back are the Baltimore Orioles. The Minnesota Twins 8.5. The Chicago White Sox at 11. The LA Angels 12.5. The Red Sox 16. The Indians 16.5. And then you got the Senators and the A's fighting for last. The Senators 24 games back and the A's 25 games back. The Senators have lost 6 in a row, folks. Sure. I want to thank Legends for stopping by. He says he's going to do a game here this afternoon. Go over to his channel and check out this American League Championship Series between the Oakland A's all-time greats and the Cleveland Indians, folks. Check that out. Great channel. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button on your way out of Yankee Stadium and leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care. And Legend says he'll probably have it on in a little bit, folks. So check it out, man. Head over there. I am. Until next time, you all have a great day. Take care.